Boom. Haha. Okay, this is Hosekisho Richard Shi no Kaze Kante, or The Case Files of Jeweler Richard. You know, it translates. So this one's open up with a guy. His name is Keiji, some shit like that. And his name translates to justice, and that matters. I looked to make sure it was Seigi, not Keiji. Anyway, so Seigi, he's a little kid. He's looking through his grandma's stuff. He finds a ring, and his grandma's like, "Give me that ring." He's like, "Oh, what's that ring about?" She's like, "Don't do bad things," and she just leaves it at that. Then later, it cuts to the future. He's a big guy. He's walking down the street, and this other guy is getting picked on, and he comes up and he's like, "Yo, cops, this guy's getting picked on." And so the bad guys run away, and he goes up to the other guy. He's like, "Yo, you cool?" And he's like, "Yeah, well, thanks for helping me out there." He's like, "Yeah, whatever." And the dude's like, "Yo, my name is Richard. I'm a jeweler." And he gives him a card, and he's like, "Oh, hell yeah, man, I'll hit you up later." And he's like, "Yo, thanks." Then he goes home, he gets that ring, and he's like, "Oh, that guy was a jeweler." So he calls him up, he meets him the next day. "Yo, do you want to check this ring out for me?" And Richard's all, "Yeah, I'll check it out for you, dude. No problem." Then later, after that, he's walking down the street. There's an old man trying to cross the street. He just kind of eyeballs him, and he's like, And then they keep going. Then this girl tries to help the old man cross the street, and the old man's like, "Whoa, yeah." And then Seiji comes up. He's, "Yo, I'll help you cross the street, old man." And the old man's like, And he like stands up, and he actually like just fucking runs away. And then it's like, "Oh, that old dude was a pervert." He starts talking to the girl. He's like, "Yo, watch out. That old dude was a pervert. Sometimes people perverts." He's like, "Yo, thanks for helping me. My name's Shoko. I appreciate it." He's like, "Yo, I'm Seigi. It's cool." And then he's got a friend, and his friend's like, "Yeah, his name is Justice. He's a hero of justice." It's like, that would piss me off. Does this motherfucker do that shit everywhere we go? Shut the fuck up, man. Don't be saying dumb shit like that. This ain't no cartoon, which, for them, it is a cartoon. Alright, so that's over. Then it cuts back to he's talking to Richard. He's like, "Yo, I found out all the stuff about this ring. This ring is stolen." And Seigi's like, "Damn, you're good, dog. I knew that ring was stolen. I was just trying to see if you could tell me who the owner was." And then he goes into the story. He's like, "My grandma, when she was growing up, she was a single mother, and she couldn't make ends meet, dog. So she just stole from people to feed her kids. And one day she stole that ring. And then the next day, the lady she stole that ring from suicided. She got hit. Okay, she jumped in front of a train, and his grandma found out about that. She's like, "Oh my god, I feel so bad about that." And she never lived it down. She always thought she killed her. She went to the grave hating that ring and feeling like she killed that girl. Richard's all, "Yo, I know who that ring belongs to. Fucking let's go, man." I got set up the meeting, and Seiji's like, "Hell yeah." So Richard goes to take him to meet the person whose ring it was, and he gets there. He's like, "Yo, this is that ring. It got stolen." And then it's the lady in the wheelchair. She's like, "Oh shit, that was my ring. When your grandma took it from me, it was I hated that ring because I was being forced into a marriage I didn't want to be in. And then when somebody stole the ring, I was like, oh, it was like a weight was lifted. I went home. My family was mad at me, and I was gonna kill myself, and I jumped in front of the train, but I fucking lived, and my life has been fucking amazing ever since. I'm so glad that ring got took from me." And Seiji's sitting there looking at it like, my grandma hated herself most of her life because she took this ring, and yo ass was fine that whole time. That's some shit. And he's like, "Look, just keep the ring." And she's like, no, please, you keep it, and tell your grandma that we cool." Yeah, he goes, him and Richard is on the way back home, and Richard's like, "Hey man, it's fucked up what happened, but you should keep that ring. You did the right thing." And Seiji starts crying. Then he gives Seiji some snacks. He goes and takes him to his mom's. Richard, he calls Reiji. He's like, "Yo man," they start having some coffee. He's like, "Hey man, this was a crazy ass thing that happened. You should work for me." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah man, look at this. This is like a super coincidence. This has gotta be fate. Let's be friends. You work for me on the weekends, and everything will be cool." And Seiji's all, "Hell yeah man, I'm in." And then the episode just ends. So peace out. I love you. See you later.